Rafael dos Anjos beats Donald Cerrone with first-round knockout to retain UFC Lightweight title. Both fighters knew a potential fight with Conor McGregor awaited the winner, and Dos Santos wasted little time, securing the win in just 66 seconds. UFC on Fox 17 featured a main event of Donald Cowboy Cerrone vs Rafael dos Anjos for the UFC Lightweight title. Adding further intrigue to the fight was the fact that winner would likely face Conor McGregor in 2016, with UFC officials last week stating that the Irishman would receive an immediate title shot at the lightweight belt should he move up to 155 lbs. Despite being hosted in Orlando, Florida, there was no Mickey Mouse about the main event. It was all business. The fight itself didn't make it out of the first round, with the champion Dos Anjos dominant from the outset. After landing a swift knee and follow-up left kick to the body of Cerrone, Dos Anjos swarmed on him whilst his foe attempted to recover, turtled up on the ground. With Dos Anjos raining down strikes on Cerrone, the referee Herb Dean called a stop to the fight after just 66 seconds of the first round. Speaking to Joe Rogan afterwards, Dos Anjos said, "I'm so happy, man. I proved I'm in this division to stay. I'm here with my belt and I'm here to stay." He then proceeded to lay down a challenge to McGregor. "Hey, Mr. McGregor, this is my division. I'll fight you in Brazil, Ireland. You better stay at featherweight." In the co-main event, Junior Dos Santos met Alistair Overeem in a heavyweight fight that had been talked about for well over 3 years. The contest started out extremely slowly, with neither fighter landing a true combination in the first round. The second round looked to be going much the same way as the first. However, with just 17 seconds remaining, Overeem finally teed off and landed a huge left hook on the chin of Dos Santos, who crumpled to the mat. After following up with some brief ground and pound, the referee called a stop to the action. Dos Santos was visibly upset with the stoppage. However, replays showed the referee was totally correct, saving the Brazilian from unnecessary further damage. The win has put Overeem in the picture for a future UFC heavyweight title shot. After being at each other's throats throughout the week in the build-up to their fight, UFC lightweights Nate Diaz and Michael Johnson finally settled their differences inside the octagon. The fight was a stand-up war, Diaz landing his left hand frequently and Johnson peppering Diaz's lead leg with stiff kicks throughout the first round. The second round was a true standout, perhaps even one of the best MMA rounds of the entire calendar year. Diaz and Johnson traded heavy blows, with Diaz throwing in a few trademark taunts every time his combinations landed with success. The third round was a little messy as fatigue set in, but both fought to the bell and even after, as the referee had to pull them apart at the finish. With the fight going to the scorecards, it was Diaz who took the unanimous decision, 29-28 on all 3 cards. Diaz then proceeded to lay down his own challenge to Conor McGregor in an X-rated rant that was censored on the television broadcast. The evening started off in the women's 115 lbs strawweight division, with the contest that saw Ronda Marcos take on UFC newcomer Carolina Gawłowicz in a high entertaining bout that went the full 15 minutes. Despite making her debut against a much more experienced opponent, it was Gawłowicz that took the decision unanimously on the judges' scorecards, having consistently outstruck Marcos throughout. On the preliminary card, there were impressive victories for veterans and young prospects alike. In the prelim main event, Charles Oliveira, who missed weight by over 4 pounds at the weigh-ins the day before, defeated Miles Jury via a slick guillotine submission. It wasn't just the younger generation of UFC stars doing the business though. Returning after a 6-year exodus from the UFC, Tamdan McCreary defeated Josh Salmon via a triangle choke after a grueling back-and-forth 3-round contest.